Hello everyone, if you don't know me already, I'm Tara, the dance doctor. Welcome to my channel. In today's lesson, I'm going to be teaching a 5-part body isolation routine to help you improve your torso flexibility, coordination, and rhythm. So let's get into it. Really quick, before we get started learning this routine, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, go to my website and try my free mini course. If you like my YouTube lessons, you will love that course. It's got lots of great stuff in it. So dancedoctoronline.com, pause this video, go sign up for my mini course, and then come back and learn this routine. I'll also say one more thing before we get started. Because this is a body isolation routine, if isolating different parts of your body is something that's difficult for you or something that you're not familiar with, I do recommend you check out my isolation videos first that I have on my 10-day Improve Your Bachata and Salsa challenge. I have isolations are the first day of both of those challenges, and I also have a body flexibility and coordination video that would be great for you to watch before you do this lesson, just to help you get a little bit more familiarity with what it takes to isolate different parts of the body. I do also have an awesome torso circle lesson and body roll lesson with some really great secrets on how to do those movements properly and smoothly on my Patreon page, patreon.com/dancedoctor. I highly recommend those videos because those are things that I use with my students to help them achieve these movements. So they'll be very helpful for you if those are things that you struggle with. So I will be linking those videos in the description box below if that's something that you need to do before you do this lesson. Okay, so let's start with the first 8 counts of this routine. We are going to do 1 hip roll to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm starting with a hip roll, which means I'm isolating just my hips. 1, 2, and I'm going to end with the left side of my hip, of my pelvis lifted, because then I'm going to push it over, then lift the rib cage, then the shoulder, until I end with all 3 things, hip, rib cage, shoulder, all over my right foot. So I'm here, and it's as if I'm pushing up. So now my right side of my rib cage is lifted, then I lift my rib cage, then I set my shoulder on top, okay? So I go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I land here. Now I'm going to take my shoulder and my right shoulder, roll it back, and then I'm going to do a roll back down to where I came from, okay? Hip, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and now I'm going to do half circle, 7, 8 with the hips. So I'm circling the hips back and around. I stop, and I go back and around and come back to where I was, okay? Let's practice that a couple more times, and then we will try it with music. So I go hip circle, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will say really quickly that when I am doing any type of hip isolation, it is helpful to keep the knees a little bit open. So I want to try not to allow my knees to kind of come in when I'm doing my hip circle. It's as if I'm trying to push out with my abductor muscles, the outside of the leg, as I do the hip circle, as it will help kind of immobilize the legs and not allow them to get in on the action. Okay, so let's try it again, kind of thinking about keeping the outside of the leg engaged, kind of pushing out as we do these isolations. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more time, and we'll try it with music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's try the first 8 counts now with music. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now moving on to the second section of this routine, we're going to start with a rib cage circle going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. Okay, so like I said, rib cage circle, moving to the left. I do a slow one, slow, 1, 2, and then I do 2 fast ones, 3, 4. Now I'm going to lift my left shoulder this time, forward, up, and back. Forward, up, back. So that is 5 and 6, and then I'm going to go 7, 8. Just pulsing the hips up and back, keeping the knees bent. And then also there's an effect here that we can do when we're isolating the hips, which is to lift the shoulders so as to kind of emphasize what we want people to look at. Okay, so I go 5 and 6. I drop that shoulder down. Now I'm going to lift both shoulders. 7, 8. And again, because I'm doing a hip isolation, I'm sending the knees out onto the outside edge of the foot a little bit, okay? So from the beginning of this section, slowly I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. Last time, and then we'll try it with music. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's try the second section now with music. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the third section of this routine looks like this. We're going to do a zigzag. I'm going 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm kind of creating this movement with the knees. It'll also be helpful for you if you're not familiar with these kinds of movements for you to watch my twerk tutorials because I do outline in more detail how to do these types of movements. But we're going to go first bending the right knee, which is going to make the hips tilt. Then I'm going to bend the left, and then I'm going to tilt and drop the hips again. So the hips are dropping to the right, to the left, and back to the right. And the count on that is 1 and 2. Now, I'm going to do a backward figure 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm first going back and around this way, back and around that way, and back and around this way to end on straight legs. Okay, so from the beginning of this section, I'm going 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's try the third section now with music. 5, 6, 7, on now to the fourth section of this routine. It looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm doing effectively a body roll that only involves the lower half of my body. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're familiar with how to do a body roll, we're just cutting out the part of it that involves the upper body. So I'm going to start going back, and back, and. So those are the first 4 counts of this section. We go back, and, and then I'm going to go back, and then push the hips forward to do a reverse body roll. So I'm first curling underneath, I drop the rib cage, and then I lift the rib cage and the chest to come up. Okay, so I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, do it from the back. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's try now the fourth section with music. 5, 6, 7, go on. 5, 6, So the fifth and final section of this routine looks like this. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to lead with my head going down and then arching my back. So from the side, I tilt the head over, then I curl, and then I arch. Okay, again, tilt, contract, arch, and I'm placing my hands on my left knee. Now I'm going to do a slow circle, 2 fast circles, and hip pulse back and back. So as I mentioned earlier, if those are movements that aren't comfortable for you, where you have your hands on your knees, I do recommend that you check out my first 2 twerk tutorials, because that will be very helpful for you. Okay? So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. I go contract, arch, circle, 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 pulse, pulse. Okay, so let's try the 5th section now with music. We've learned all of the sections of this routine, we are going to put them all together. So the whole routine looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? That's it. So let's practice connecting all the pieces a few times slowly, and then we will try it with the music. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time, and we'll try it with music. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now let's try the whole thing with music. much for joining me for today's lesson. I hope that you enjoyed it and you feel like you learned something. Remember, practice makes progress. And until next time, keep dancing.